Hi everyone, it's Marielle and Karen. Karen's
Hey.
like, hey. So I'm actually I just had a massage, a 1 hour massage, Reiki massage combination, right?
Reiki infused massage.
Yeah, and this is actually the bed that I did it on, and I couldn't get up. But actually, Karen has an amazing story of a miracle that happened in her life, and we were talking about it, and we wanted to share it here in the Miracle Lab. So, Karen, tell us a little bit about the story that we were just talking about with your son.
My son broke his tooth when he was 10. He fell off a skateboard or not a skateboard, a scooter thing, because I forced him to go outside. And this is the result. He cried. He came crying to me with a blood on his lip, and he had a chip on his tooth, on his adult tooth. He was 10. And I had a client at the time that was a dentist, so I called her office and quickly ran him over. And I didn't think anything of it, but everyone in the office started looking at each other scared. So that's when I realized something bigger was going on. And they did an x-ray, and they said that his tooth was broken in the root, and that would be lots of problems as a 10-year-old, because you couldn't fix it easily until you're 18. So you have implants and all this surgery. I don't know what, a big, huge mess. So while he was getting the nitrous and getting his tooth fixed, I was holding his ankles just as a way to calm him, and then thought, why am I not sending him Reiki? So I started sending him Reiki with the intention of, there's no way this tooth is broken. And I also texted my sister and told her to tell my parents to pray. So between my sister and my parents praying, me sending the Reiki, then later that night I called my Reiki friends and had everyone sending him distance Reiki healing on his, I think it was his right tooth. So the next day we go to the endodontist for a follow-up, and he took 3 x-rays, and he says, I can't make the x-ray look like it did yesterday. He goes, it was clearly broken yesterday.
Oh my God.
And I can't make it look like it did yesterday.
Wow.
And in my visualizations of this being not so, I pictured him with his scrub mask thingy on and scratching his head, and he came over to me on his wheelie chair, and he walked himself over, and he had the thing on, and he brought it down, and he scratched his head, and he goes, I can't make it look like yesterday. So,
oh my God,
so
that's really awesome. So okay, so I guess we're gonna back up. What is Reiki exactly?
Reiki is,
because when people ask me, like Bobby was asking me this morning, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get a massage and Reiki. He's like, what's Reiki? And I couldn't explain it to him. I was like, well, it's like energy healing work. So what is Reiki?
It is energy healing. It's coming through me, not from me, so I'm channeling the energy, so that's different than other energy modalities. I like to think of it as like smoothing out the ripples in our energy field, in our auric field, so I kind of tap into the body and go where it guides me. Wow. So I don't know necessarily everything that's happening. I just am trusting and holding the space for the body and like a higher energy to come through and do the work that needs to be done. So,
oh wow, so it's just like conscious application of energy, like ironing.
yeah, exactly. And that's how it seems sometimes. So I'll just hold the space, and then different Reiki practitioners have different, I guess, abilities, or they lean towards one thing or another, but when you have a psychic connection, you can help kind of witness what you're experiencing, what the client's experiencing. So
oh wow,
some of it is outside of the realm of Reiki, what I do, but
yeah, I remember the first time that she did Reiki on me. I think it was like a New Year's Day about a year ago. I remember leaving and just feeling like someone had rinsed me out from the inside out, and it's a really weird thing to explain. But anyways, I wanted to share what exactly Reiki is. So going back to your son, they took the X-ray. It seemed like he had the root of his tooth
had a hairline fracture in it.
Had a fracture in it, and then the next day. So what kind of visualization did you do again?
I was just visualizing the endodontist, because I knew I'd have to go back to a specialist the next day.
Yeah.
I was just visualizing him being baffled by the results. So that was
God.
and just picturing it being perfect and in alignment and not You know, it's bad enough he messed his tooth up officially where he's got a cap or whatever, like a patch thing in. But to know that all of that was just going to be too aggravating for our life, and it just couldn't and wouldn't be a possibility.
Oh my God, that's so awesome.
And one of my energy teachers said me just saying no was probably all that it took. It didn't, not to
like, I don't accept it. I don't accept.
Not just the Reiki and the praying. Of course, those are wonderful, but she thinks it was just me, my admonition being, no, this isn't, no.
It's not happening.
Which may not be always helpful in certain situations, but, you know.
It's amazing because, you know, I actually had a similar, well, not with the dentist, though. With me, it was, I'm going to actually share it, but I'm actually a little embarrassed about it. I had my third ticket for being on the phone while driving. Yeah. Don't do this at home. Don't do this in your car ever. So it's really, really bad. And I had to go to court. You know, you have to go to court for most of those tickets. And I remember being afraid. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have my license either suspended or something. And then at that time, I remember doing the same thing. I was like, no. That can't happen. I'm not taking that. It's just not even going to happen. Right. And I remember speaking to the judge. Well, you know, the I don't know, the guy that you talked to before you talked to the judge, and I was right there in front of him, and some other guy came up, and I made a joke, and they're like, all right, young lady, we've never had anyone walk through these doors that had 3 tickets in 1 year for this. He's like, I mean, what's supposed to happen to you right now is not good. Right. He's like, but I'm going to throw this ticket out because I don't want to see that. He's like, it's your lucky day.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but it was like, I can relate to what you said, because for me, I was like, no, I can't. How am I supposed to drop the kids off? It's just not even a possibility.
Yeah. And that's awesome. It's awesome. It's really cool.
That's really, really cool. So, all right. So I wanted to share that with you guys because I think that that miracles are a lot more common than we think. And we're going to be doing a lot of these stories here in the Miracle Lab to inspire your day. And also, if you live in the New Jersey area, you should definitely stop by here with Karen. She is amazing. She's in Westwood. And she's also got all these cool cards. She did my, what did we do? The goddess cards. And so it's just one of those
cards.
Yeah, the angel cards. And it's just one of those things that, one of those days that if, you know, when you have a chance to do it and actually take some time off and go and take care of yourself, it's really, really important. And we had the Ascended Master cards. And I love these kinds of cards. I actually have a set of cards myself, so I think they really help you channel different messages. And
it's a repeated message again and again. Sometimes you keep pulling the same cards and it's like, all right, I get the message.
I get it.
But so part of what I do is I always tell people, I guess it was my slogan, self-care is not selfish, it's self-preservation, because it's true. So true. When we take the time to take care of ourselves, then not only do we benefit, but everybody in our circle benefits too, because we're more mellow and calm and happy. And
when you do take care of yourself, you attract things that you need to your life. So in the Savant School, we actually, our second, there's a 12-step Lady Savant method, and the second month it's all about the power of being. And it's really because I discovered that if you don't take care, we all have that seed of greatness inside of us, I feel like. And if you nurture it, it gets more powerful, and you really do start to become magnetic and start to attracting the things that you want and manifesting. But this is part of it too. That's why I was like, I've got to get my Reiki on.
Definitely.
So awesome. all right, guys, well, we will see you next week with another story. Thanks so much for sharing that with us, Karen.
Thank you.
Bye.